Good morning everyone. Welcome to Daily News Analysis by Tathastu ICS. Today we are going to discuss certain topics for the day of 13th April 2026. And good morning for everyone, Mithun, okay, Ajay Kumar and everyone. So Ajay, how to develop analytical skills? See, analytical skills will not be coming in 1 or 2 days, okay. So eventually you have to start with reading something, some books or newspaper or anything it could be, okay. So I would say if you're going for any novel, instead of that you can go for any science based books or anything else, okay. So if you start reading, so it will be helpful for your you will be acquiring so many knowledge initially, okay. Then it will be helpful for you to analyze other things related to it. When the case study of other thing comes in, all these experiences will be applying there. So first of all you have to start reading, okay. Eventually your brain will process everything, it will connecting the dots. That's how your analytical skills will be developing, okay. So for that I strongly recommend, please go and read the okay, I'll suggest the novel. It's been a long time I have been studied novel, so I'll be searching about it and I'll let you know, okay. By tomorrow's session I'll let you know, okay. So today we are going to see certain topics, okay. One will be Iran US. Again there is conflict, okay. They're not going with the ceasefire even after the dialogue also. So we are just going to see. You might ask like how it is going to helpful for us like in UPSC. So generally this topic will be helping how the US intention is about the Strait of Hormuz right now and how it is going to impact India's security, be it energy security or food security, whatever it is, the West Asian stabilization, and also the importance of maritime like defense, okay. So all these things are very important for us. We are just going to discuss 2-3 things only from this, not much, okay, because it is ongoing problem, so we cannot come to a conclusion in very quickly, okay. The second one is about the delimitation. Sonia Gandhi have written an article regarding this delimitation. She have criticized that, see, this delimitation process is not focusing on, majorly it is focusing on the delimitation process after the before the census, before the election, but it has been termed as women reservation, but the major concern is about delimitation rather than this women reservation. So we are not going to see what is her opinion, but instead we are just going to see what is delimitation. And already we have seen this also, because delimitation last week also we have read, right? So we just going to see how it is affecting. That's it, okay. When it comes to the third one, it is about the tourism and trade. Again the repetitive topic. This editorial is about the Andaman Nicobar Islands is getting the development program, like the mega infrastructure program. So regarding that they have given a certain statements like how it is affecting, what are all the sites that we have to see, okay. It's a crux of the whole thing that we studied in the last 2-3 weeks about this mega project, okay. So if you can, anyone tell me like what kind of a paper it will be appearing in? First one I have discussed, so it is GS2, okay, in the IR perspective, okay. And also these two are, if any guess. Good morning Subhojit, okay. We'll take 2 minutes time. If anybody is answering, that would be better, because see, every time if I come here, and I'm telling you like this paper, this topic belongs to this paper, then how you will be starting understanding it. Do one thing, meanwhile we are discussing the topics, you have to keep one thing in mind, like write the keywords whatever you're getting in your mind, because it is a repetitive topics, right? So right now you have to write down the keywords, UPSC keywords. Every time I have told you like you have to bring the syllabus also, right? Just take 2 minutes time and we will be resuming it, okay. Okay, so as you all know, delimitation belongs to the polity purse, so we will be going with the GS2 approach. And also women's reservation, here it is talking about also, so we are going to what, GS1 paper society, where the women reservation is also taken into the consideration. Okay. Then the third one, tourism and trade. It is about what? It is about GS3, where we are talking about the tertiary sector and also the impacts to the environment. So science and tech and environment will be dealing with the GS3 paper. So clear till now? Shall we move? Okay. First one is about Iran US blame each other as talks end without a deal. So here major thing what we are going to see, already we have discussed about this multiple times, but still we are going to do. Crux of it, the basic of it, what? Iran was Iran was starting its nuclear weapon, nuclear energy. Okay, it is claimed to be for civil purpose, but the Israel and US are stating that it is a nuclear weapon. So that's how the outbreak have been started, right? Do you all remember that? So when the negotiations were going on at that time, suddenly Israel started to attack Iran, right? So this was the crux of this article. So after that, the energy security, the global wise, the oil and the energy security was questioned. We were looking for other diversification of energy, right? We were given the chance of, first one is IR, second one is polity and governance, and third one is economy, right? Economy and also the impact is from the environment. So that is also a major thing. Okay, so talking about this, coming back to this, so India was also facing certain LPG shortage and also the energy security shortage. So we were given the chance, like US stated that India allowed to get the oil from Russia, but it is not actually like that. It is India's sovereignty and India's autonomy where we have to buy or where we have to diversify our energies. Okay, so we started buying the energy from oils from Russia, right? And other than that, we were going with the talks. We anticipated certain glitches with Pakistan also, when it is been supported by US in the Iran-Israel conflict, right? So here we are going to talk about certain things, how this conflict, this wherever it is, okay, the unrest will be affecting how the energy or any other smooth conduction, okay, for a government. So here majorly is about the energy security, because globally we know the data, what, 1/5 of the energy flows in the Strait of Hormuz, okay, and the oil distribution of 1/3 of the global oil is through that strait only. So this is the major concern. So it is not only about India, it is a global concern. So it is a major impact. Okay, first one. Second one, how US unilaterally is going with all this military mechanisms. Okay, so the importance of the military power or the defense power. See, all these wars may seem like sometimes unnecessary, but there is a huge business also behind this. If you see, I am US, I am going with the huge wars and I am getting, I am destructing so many things. Okay, it shows the high impact on my military equipments. It will bring the business. So one thing, I am showcasing my military expertise, right? My weapons and everything, the defense mechanism that I use. There is one that is one advantage for me. I am in the upper hand in the global wise. Second thing, I am creating wars. I am going to involve in many other wars, so that where I can supply my goods. So one, directly people will come and like indirectly people will come and purchase from me, and directly people will come and purchase all this military equipments from me. This is second thing. And third thing is about the maritime. The strategic importance of Strait of Hormuz is very much high. Okay, it is weighing too much, because see, it literally reduces the travel time and also it saves lots of energy. Okay, so the importance in this area, the stabilizing the maritime and also stabilizing the peace there, it is very much important. Now, along with all these things, major thing is about stabilizing the West Asia, because as we all know, Israel, UAE and Saudi Arabia is also along with Pakistan. Pakistan is a friend of US, right? So somewhere or the other, there is a lot of US military bases also in these areas. So as a only power, Iran is against all this, or like different power, not against, different power from other countries, right, in the West Asia. So it is important for US to stabilize this area for two things. One is Strait of Hormuz and second is for the dominance over in that area. So if there is any dominance of US, it will upbring Israel also, because Israel has a huge variety of missiles and also the technology. Okay? So the upper hand will be for, the main aim is for the toppling the government and to stabilize. Eventually the Strait of Hormuz matter also came inside it. Okay, so this article is talking about like they are giving the whole thing. Okay, we have started with nuclear weapon, that was the major incident where the outbreak have gone. Okay, after that we got to know like there is dialogues were going on, but still it is not working. Ceasefire have been proposed, but the 10 points of Iran was also proposed, but now there is no conclusion came into each the party, like Iran and US, they are always claiming each other's faults, and it is blaming each other. So there is no unrest right now, but US is kind of in a idea that US wants to hold the complete Strait of Hormuz, the whatever the trade or whatever the connections that has been done, like whatever the business that is being done in the Strait of Hormuz. Okay, so now the US is showcasing its military, the naval defense system. Okay, and with that they will be taking the dominance in the Strait of Hormuz. Eventually this will be resulting what? So whenever there is any shipment, whenever there is any transshipment, it will be under the control of US. There will be tax and there will be tariffs, and apart from that we the huge control will be in US. Eventually having the pressure on this area, having the tariffs on this for passing this Strait of Hormuz, eventually settling down where it will be forcing the forcing the global countries to buy oils from US. So this is what the interlinkage of this Strait of Hormuz. Okay, started with toppling of government. Okay, so this was the first thing, and second thing, there was no civil unrest. Okay, because they all were united and they were going with one ideology, what the Iran officials are saying. So toppling the government was not easy for US. Okay, so that have been dropped. So what they have did, they have impacted on the energy security, which is from the Strait of Hormuz. Okay, and now the stabilizing of West Asia, the second one was stabilizing West Asia. Okay, so stabilizing West Asia was there, then they came to Strait of Hormuz, and now they are going to control, they are going to bring what? The dominance in the oil and energy security, where US will be again getting, they will be sinking in the dollars and dollars. Okay, so this is what important for us. If you see what is the perspective of India here, so see, already energy we are getting from outside, right? Coal energy, even coal has been imported, right? We are moving towards more of cleaner energy. So when these kind of the alternatives are being expensive, and we are not able to go with the travel, the transshipment cost. Okay, so this will be affecting in two ways. One is our economy, the rupee will be falling down, and the second thing is about US will be somewhere or the other, it will be forcing India to buy oil from US, and we cannot go against US at certain point of time. Okay, so practically speaking, going against US is not a feasible thing. Okay, at times we have to oppose them, but blindly we cannot go against US. So this is what the important. So we have to keep the strategic autonomy, where we will be deciding ourselves where to buy the oil and everything. Okay, so I don't want to stretch it much more. Okay, let's go to the next topic. Okay, it will be coming again and again, so don't worry about it. So far you have understood now what is the ground basis of it and what is going on right now. Okay, the main concern we have to see about stabilizing West Asia, Strait of Hormuz importance, and what is the idea behind this holding the Strait of Hormuz for US. Okay, and how it is going to impact in India. Okay, clear? Okay, chalo, let's move. Okay, going on to the next topic, which is, see, you will get this PDF by evening. Okay, I have to write certain things for you. First I'll tell everything orally. You will get this PDF along with some notes. Okay, so that will be easy for you to look into it. Okay, so when it comes to the delimitation and not women's reservation, here we are not going to discuss about this. Okay, instead we are just going to see what is the Delimitation. So as you all know, what is delimitation? The constituency will be divided, right? So the whole India will be divided into the constituencies, and the representatives will be contesting in the election. They will be elected, okay, based upon the population, based upon the number of people in that area. The number of constituencies will be allocated, okay. So UP, like bigger, hugely populated and vast states or union territories, they will be having a higher number of constituencies, okay. So the representation will be high. So that is what the delimitation is about. So delimitation here, why it is again and again? Because till now, whatever the central government schemes or any other government schemes, okay, centrally sponsored schemes or central government direct schemes, okay, whatever it is, okay, it has been provided along with what? This 2011 census, okay. So which is quite outdated, where certain number of updations have not been done. See, from 2011, okay, it's been almost 2 decades, okay. So it is huge, okay. So the data have been outdated. We don't know the exact number, how we don't know the status of every community or every category of the people, okay. Sometimes getting into the out of topic, but still I wanted to explain this, because sometimes see, people from SC and ST, there are some people who are well versed, but still like they are earning in lakhs, but still they are having the reservation, where it is not this reservation somewhere or the other giving the taking out the opportunity for the economically weak, economically lower people from other general category or any other category, okay. So where we have to look into it, we cannot abruptly wipe up the reservation. Instead, we have to go for what? The crux of the importance of the reservation. So if any people like the who is receiving those advantages, we have to look into it, who's eligible for it, who actually need it. So from people from the scheduled caste and the scheduled tribes, so if they are already well versed, if their family is already well versed, we can take the reservation from that particular family only, and we can give the concentration on those people, those family who are actually wanted those kind of support from the government in the general category or any other category, okay. So all these are, we have to look into it. Coming back to this delimitation, okay. So the datas were outdated, right? So along with this data, we cannot proceed further. So now government is going to take the census in 2027, right? You all know, just quick revision, 2 phase it will be, right? Read about this census also, okay. So why, if you see, after 2011 it is supposed to be 2021, but due to COVID we missed out the census, right? So right now what we are going to do, we are just going to bring out the census, okay, where we are going to where we planned for the women reservation, okay. And when the major thing is talking about here is, government is pushing the women's reservation, the delimitation, in the name of delimitation, very quick before this election. It is not about the women reservation, it is more of the political ideas behind this delimitation, okay. So if there is any delimitation is coming in, okay, the higher populated states will be getting what? They will be getting higher representation. So the fund is going on, the allocation of funds, the allocation of seats, and also the representation will be going higher to those areas where the population is high. But the contradictory here is, the southern states have already done their population control and they stabilized their count of the population, right? So along with this, so the representation, see, the government is having a good number of population, the state is having good number of population, but it is moving towards a lot of development and everything. So they need funds for it, to represent their problems, to represent their, to bring out their ideas and everything. They need proper representation, they need a proper number of seats allocated, right? But if we see according to the population, the southern states will be getting very less seats when compared to the highly populated states, okay. So that is what the major concern here is about. So instead of rushing into the delimitation process, we have to understand we have to go with particular data, we have to go with proper data, and we have to focus on what area we can bring out the uproot the this federal imbalances systems. Okay, so this is what important from this article. So just read this article to know what is delimitation and what is the exact problem that is going on, what government is going to what is government is saying about it. Okay, so from this article what we are going to see. Okay, first one is about delimitation. Okay, second one is about women reservation, and third one is about the federal balance. Okay, so these are the things that you have to learn about it. Otherwise, the major thing here is about the Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam 2023. So this provides the 1/3 of seats reserved to scheduled caste and scheduled tribes along with this women reservation. Okay, this main political issue, women reservation not real concern. Census linked delay in implementation, opposition citizens comments. Exactly. Okay, so these are the things that we are talking about. Okay, so whatever the Venkatadri have told us, delimitation is the main political issue that we have talked about, because see, the issue is not about the women reservation right now, it is about the delimitation, first thing that we have discussed, and second thing is about the census linked delay in implementation, where we cannot rush it, we have to go with step by step, where the census is majorly earlier. See, if you see earlier how it is going to be, government will be bringing any changes. Okay, first census will be there, okay, then the data will be there, then they will be proceeding with the delimitation. But now before census, the government is proceeding for delimitation, where there is a criticism has been mainly placed. Okay, so this one is major concern, and opposition criticize government strategy. Yes, this is what the strategy here Venkatadri is talking about. Earlier it used to be census then delimitation, but now before the census itself we are going for the delimitation. So that is what the strategy is talking about. Power balance may significantly change, that we discussed the federal balance. Okay, where the central will be having upper hand, certain the regional powers will not be having much influence in the procedure of parliament or any other legislative procedures. Okay, so that is what important for us from this. Shall we move to the next one, the last one for the day? Okay, clear till now, right? So nothing is hectic, right? So see, importance of delimitation here is we have brought OBCs also, right? So bringing out the carving out the space for OBCs and women reservation, all these are very much important. So comparatively 2011 and 2026, there is a huge differences in everything, like lifestyle, okay, like the population count, okay, everything. Okay, Venkatadri. Okay, so majorly the thing is about, it is not only one particular thing. Okay, it is about the political fairness, the elections fairness, because electoral roles also should be like very clear. Like somebody might have get married, somebody have passed away or something. Okay, so the data has to be very clear so that we will be able to give the delimitation. Even the reservation will be fair when the proper data is with the hand. Okay, so if we go with the older method like census then delimitation, this will be good. Since the census process is a vast program, okay, it cannot be done in a week or two, it will be taking a lot of time. The implementation is having lot of, the time period management is a major concern here. So if we are uprooting that, then it's completely fine to go with the reservation, the delimitation now. Okay, so okay, the last one for the day, the tourism and trade. Okay, so tourism and trade, here we are talking about the Nicobar Islands, Greater Nicobar Islands mega structure project. Okay, so the greater, my bad, okay, so what we are going to have in this Greater Nicobar Islands project, one is about the airport. Okay, it is going to be the tourism hub, and it is very much like we will be having kind of strategical location in the, it is very near to the Malacca Strait. Okay, and also there is lot of things that we are bringing as a mega structure. Okay, mega infrastructure. Okay, So in this mega infrastructure, power plants will be there. Okay, apart from that, there will be lot of like infrastructural development. You can keep it for the time being. Okay, so this is a major thing that we are going to bring out here. What are all the major concern? If you would able to bring it out, can you please tell me? So we will list it down here. Okay, you will also write down there. Then we will mix match it. Okay, let's see what it is. The concerns. First one is environmental concern. Okay, the environmental concern is basically what? The Nicobar Islands, the infrastructure project, the harbor, the airport, the transshipment hub infrastructure will be carving out the environment there, the forest cover, right? We have already discussed it, so I am just project plan to focus on tourism and trade strategic location, boost economic importance, concerns over ecology and tribal infrastructure includes port, airport, power, right, power plants. Okay, so the environmental concern, we will be losing the trees. Okay, the marine ecosystem, where we will be we may tend to lose certain turtles to come over the shore and everything. Then when it comes to the second one, the tribal part, the sociological part, okay, where there is the consent is not been properly given. Okay, the first thing is about their rights, the consent, and also their rehabilitation, where they will be going and everything. Okay, and the third one is about what? The economy. The major thing is about this, it will create the job, right? Job creation. It will boost the economy through tourism, where getting the tourism from outside is okay, that is a good one. Okay, but we have to focus on certain things where Indian tourism should not go out. Like as an Indian, I should first prefer my tourism destination, I should first think into my own country, right? So that's how my current my tourism will be growing. So first thing is about the tourism based economy, and also the major thing is about the trade. So when we talk about this trade, okay, this will be helping us in certain things. First thing, the strategical location, the Strait of Malacca, okay, where the major shipment has been done there. Okay, and the strategic position, I'll write it down a little there. Okay, chalo इसमें लिख देती हूँ. Okay, the fourth one about the strategic location, where we will be having the Indo-Pacific axis, and we can counter China here, and also we can focus on the trade, the transshipment, where we can go with the we can have the plan of intermediary. Okay, so we can take the goods, the raw materials, assemble here in the Nicobar Islands, then we can transit or shipment. The refinery process will be very easy here. Okay, the transshipment is the major concern that will be helping us helping out here. Because of this Indo-Pacific region, major trade will be going on. So all these are the importance of this tourism and the trade infrastructure in the Greater Nicobar Islands. So talking about all these benefits, what is the major concern here? The environment impact assessment have not been taken place yet properly. This is the claim. And also when the case is pending in the Calcutta, still the government is going with what? The procedures of furthermore development, right? So here the problem here is, see, two things. When earlier we saw there everything, the court is handling with the case, the case is been pending, so the program have been stopped. So that impacts the ecological things, where the trees that have been uprooted, there is instead at this time they can reroot those trees, or they can go for like the seedling of these trees, right? But that is also not done, so we are losing the trees majorly, which will eventually impact the climate also. Okay, first thing. And second thing is about by stopping all this infrastructure development program for the time being, it will be deteriorating the quality. So the half of the project have been done and half of the project is yet to be done, so this gap between these two will be giving a different time period. So the concrete that have been already put will be having different quality, and that is after the case, if there are new construction, that will be having a time period changes will be there, like the gap between these constructions will be there, so that will be somewhere or the other, the quality will be somewhere questioned. Okay, and apart from that, the tribal things that we have seen, right, people with no proper consent they have been given. Okay, and also the people are telling that the environment impact assessment along with the government didn't clearly verify the surroundings and everything. So here it is being a very big problem for tribal habitation, so they will be losing their job and they will be losing their houses and they will be losing their, sometimes the cultural things also will be missed. So see, I'm a tribe. Okay, I'm a tribe, and I have a particular cultural exposure, or I have a different distinct cultural practices you can never see in any other place. Okay, so if my habitation and my culture have been taken, like I have been rehabited to another place, so there I have to go and work for what? In forest, I'll be happy with my forest produce, right? Be it honey or anything else. Okay, I'll be happy with that. If I have been changed to any semi-urban or urban area, there my opportunity, my cultural related opportunity will not be there. Instead, I have to go for any other job, right? So my cultural practices, my distinct cultural practices will be losing its tradition and customs, right? So eventually my traditional practices will be erased off. So that is also one of a major thing here. We might by gaining this tourism trade importance in the strategic location, and also along with this there is another drawbacks of we are losing the ecosystem, ecology, biodiversity, we are losing it, and apart from that the tribal people and their culture we may tend to lose this. So what we have to do, we should have a balance here. So the balance should be between development and also the traditions, environment, which we call it as a sustainable development. So whatever the whatever the major positives that we have, like the culture, the environment, biodiversity, whatever it is, the economy and everything, so we have to, along with the development, we have to take them in hand. So that is what called the sustainable development goals. Please read about the 17 sustainable development goals. No problem, Rishi, it's completely fine. Okay, so read about it. That's it for the day. If you have any doubt, please let me know, otherwise we will wind up the session. So just read about it, certain data, you will understand the major concern here. Okay, and certain tribes where this certain tribes have been recognized and they will be given certain considerations, but there are so many people, like around 22,000 kind of tribals have been identified. Certain tribals have not been identified as tribals, though they have different cultural and lifestyle systems. Okay, so that is also one of the concern here, because the consideration of tribes have certain parameters. Okay, they should be having their own culture, they will be having their own practices. Okay, their jobs will be different, so based on this the tribes will be identified in India, right? So read about that also. Okay, so certain tribes haven't been identified as tribal people, so they're losing their land also, they're losing their rights also, and also they're not considered officially. So these are things majorly we have to focus on. Read about it. If there is any doubt, you can text me right now, otherwise we will wind up the session. Okay, so if there is anything else, one more thing is like NGT, National Green Tribunal, also we have to take into the consideration. ठीक है, चलिए, अगर कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, अगर कोई if you don't have any doubts, we can wind up the session. Okay. Okay, catch you later, and you will, again I'm telling you, you will get this PDF by evening in the Telegram channel. Okay. Okay, certain keywords that we have to make sure. Okay, first thing, always keep the syllabus, okay, where you have to focus on the keywords, and along with that you have to start writing a answer. Okay, chalo. Thank you all. Thank you for joining. We will see tomorrow. Take care and keep studying, keep learning, keep sharing your knowledge. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. हाँ बस है सर, क्या ही बोले.
194